Welcome to Qt FasTrack series. For API recommended practice 572. Inspection practices for pressure vessels. In this lecture, we will continue discuss sub-clauses 9.4, internal inspection. We will discuss and highlight important information contained Item 9.4.4 Inspection of damage. Inspection of damage. A systematic procedure should be followed to avoid overlooking obscure but important items. Inspectors should understand the function of the vessel, internals, and each nozzle to assess findings. If access to the inside of the vessel is available, detailed inspection should start at one end of the vessel and work toward the other end. All areas of the vessel should be inspected for corrosion, erosion, hydrogen blistering, deformation, cracking, and laminations. Thinning and pitting. Pitting corrosion can usually be found by scratching suspected areas with a pointed scraper. When damage is slight, one thickness measurement on each head and each shell course may be sufficient on small vessels, but more measurements should be taken on large vessels. When damage appears to be widespread, enough readings should be taken to assure an accurate determination of the remaining thickness. A depth can be estimated by extending the lead of a mechanical pencil as a depth gauge. The depths of pits or grooves can be measured with a depth gauge, a pit gauge, or, in the case of large pits or wide grooves, with a straightedge and a steel rule. UT instruments can be used to obtain the necessary measurements. Cracking. Vessels containing amines are subject to cracks in their welds and the heat-affected zones of the welds. Deaerators in boiler feedwater systems can be susceptible to cracking from a corrosion fatigue mechanism. A strong light and a magnifying glass will be helpful when doing this work visually. When cracks are suspected or found, their extent can be checked with PT or MT wet or dry techniques. WFMPT is a very sensitive inspection method for detecting surface cracks and discontinuities and is the primary recommended inspection method. ET, alternating current field measurement, and UT methods are also available for the detection of surface breaking flaws. Blistering. Areas directly above and below the liquid level in vessels with a process containing acidic components may be subject to hydrogen blistering. Blisters are most easily found by visual examination. A flashlight beam directed across the metal surface will sometimes reveal blisters. The shadows created by the blisters can be observed. When many small blisters occur, they can often be found by running the fingers over the metal surface. The metal thickness of large blisters should be measured so the remaining effective wall thickness can be determined by using a UT thickness instrument or by drilling a hole at the highest point of the blister and measuring the thickness with a hook scale. High-temperature hydrogen attack, HTHA. High-temperature hydrogen attack, HTHA, is a damage mechanism that reduces the strength and ductility of steel, by a high-temperature reaction of absorbed hydrogen with carbon in the steel, resulting in decarburization and internal fissuring. Review questions. Question number 1. Prior to inspecting a vessel, which of the following does the inspector not need to understand? Answer is D. Question number 2. To ensure that degradation is not missed, what inspection practice is recommended? Answer is B. Question number 3. What is the minimum number of UT examination points suggested for a small vessel that has slight deterioration? Answer is C. Question number 4. What is a simple way to estimate the depth of a pit? Answer is B. Question number 5. Why is wet fluorescent magnetic particle testing often used to detect certain types of cracking? Answer is C. Question number 6. Vessels containing amines are subject to Answer is C. Question number 7. Which of the following NDE methods is not good for surface breaking cracks? Answer is C. Question number 8. Deaerators used for boiler feed water are subject to Answer is D. Question number 9. What is the recommended way to find deaerator cracking? Answer is D. Question number 10. Erosion is characterized by Answer is C. Question number 11. Often corrosion will occur on an exchanger shell at the location of the bundle baffles. An easy way to find this corrosion is by Answer is D. Question number 12. Areas directly above the liquid level in vessels containing acidic components may be subject to. Answer is B. Question number 13. How can small hydrogen blisters be easily found? Answer is A. Question number 14. What is another way that can be used to find hydrogen blisters? Answer is B. Question number 15. Existing exchanger shells sometimes get out of round, making it difficult to reinsert the bundle. What is a common cause of an exchanger shell's out of roundness? Answer is D. Question number 16. When HTHA occurs, what actually is happening in the steel? Answer is A. Question number 17. HTHA causes. Answer is C. This lecture is prepared by Samir Saad, and this is his profile.